Let's measure and cut some strips for our binding. This is for a quilt. I have already measured my quilt, so I know exactly how many strips I need. I'm going to do 2.5 inch wide strips, and I know that I need 5 of them for the current quilt that I am binding. So I'm going to measure out 2.5, cut my Now I have 5 2.5 inch wide strips for my quilt binding. I cut my strips the width of my fabric, so they are approximately 44 inches long. I'm going to start with my first strip right side up, and I'm going to take my second strip and I'm going to lay it down on top of my first strip with the selvage hanging over. Just going to place a clip so that it stays where I want it to stay. And then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm just going to mark it on the diagonal from corner to corner. And we're going to join all of our strips together just like that. Now I have my first 2 strips here. I'm just going to sew along the diagonal just with a straight stitch. Going to take my strip right side up. I'm going to place my third strip down. Now all of my strips are sewn together. Now I'm just going to go in where I chain stitched all of my strips together, and then I'm just going to use my seam ripper and take them all back apart. Next, I'm going to just take my scissors and eyeball about 1/4 inch from that line and trim off my extra. Rid of the dog ears. And when you open up your binding strip, got a nice strong seam. Quarter inch. Now we are just going to fold over raw edge to raw edge in half, and we're going to press that down. Just folding it over as I go along. Now we are to our first seam where we put our strips together. I'm going to first finger press that open to help reduce the bulk. And then I'm going to give it a good press. Set my clapper on there for a second. And then I'm going to continue folding over my raw edges and pressing my binding. And now we are to the end, so I'm just going to finish this up quick. And just like that, we have our binding for our quilt.